Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fulton Street Beats. If you can't tell, I am having a fantastic time. That's right. This is my recently acquired from eBay Nuno Bettencourt Washburn N4 for N. You see a little different down here now. Knockoff guitar that I got off of eBay. Now, why am I so excited about a knockoff? Because this freaking thing is cool. This is the best. I mean, you guys have heard me say this before. We get guitars in through here, and I say this is the best one that we've had through here so far. And that's the beauty of having a guitar channel, because we have so many guitars that come through. And sometimes we forget about ones that we played in the past and just how good they were. But once in a while, we get one that really shines and really stands out. So what makes this guitar so special at $270? That's right, $270 on eBay. Well, first of all, it is this awesome Stevens cutaway design neck. The neck on this guitar is a thin D. It is phenomenal. It is a phenomenal neck. It is a spalted maple with a hint of bird's eye. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's an impeccable neck. I've never ever played a neck this good. This guitar rocks. I love the body. It's a plain wood body. I've did some upgrades to this guitar, not the pickups. What you're hearing is factory stock pickups that you get in this $270 shipped guitar. They are asking $299. I offered $270. I got it for $270 shipped. What about the bridge? It's a knockoff Floyd Rose, and, well, it holds tune remarkably well. Better than most legit Floyd Rose guitars hold tune. It is odd. And I'm not talking about, of course, your expensive Floyd Rose. I'm talking about more on the line of their Floyd Rose specials, your 1000s. But this guitar is awesome. The pickups are great, which is why I'm really hesitant on modifying the pickups. I was going to put a legit pickup in the bridge position, but I'm really on the fence about it. But I still might, just for the aesthetics. Now, I've changed some things. By the way, this has jumbo frets, too. So really cool. Differences between this one and the real one. There's a few. Well, it doesn't have an angle at the headstock, but this does have a really nice strength heel here. It did not come with a string bar. The original one doesn't come with a string bar because, well, it's at least on most models. And that's because of the angle of the headstock. This one, I did put a string treat on just to make sure that when I locked down the tuners, it was still in tune and did not go up in pitch every time I locked them down. So perfect. The action on this thing is exactly 1 millimeter across the radius of the fretboard. This fretboard has a very large radius. It is almost flat, but it's of course not quite flat. But very nice radius. Very, 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 very thin neck. It's so easy to access because of this awesome cutaway that they did. They did a fantastic job on this. The routing on this guitar is amazing. Screams of a high quality guitar. It really does. So differences, like I said, headstock does have a reverse headstock, which is cool. I did put the logo on here. I put a Washburn logo on it. Legit Washburn logo. That I purchased, and it was basically somebody bought out someplace that had Washburn stuff, and I got this and the legit Nuno Bettencourt Signature decal that goes on here also. So those are pretty cool. The 4N, yes, not an N4 any longer. Every time you see these guitars on eBay or the knockoffs, they're always an N4. And I was like, well, where's the 4N models? And why in the world can I not find a 4N decal? Anywhere I looked on eBay, I looked all over. Google search, and honestly, I think the closest place that I could even find a replacement N4 decal was I believe it was Singapore, and they used to carry them on eBay or Reverb, but now they're gone. They do have some on eBay, but they're from a different country. But I was like, I want a 4N. I want a 4N decal, and I don't want that silver. So what I did is I went with an engine-turned gold in here. And how did I get this? Well, my good friends over at a local shop called Inkville Graphics made a few of these up for me. They were a bit pricey because it took a lot of work to redesign, to get the N4 to the right size. So I was there while they were doing it and putting it in their program and figuring it all out where it should be in the placement. Now, if you notice, and I'll put a picture up here someplace, with your 4Ns or your N4s, you'll notice that the decal comes into the volume knob where this one doesn't, but this does roll over. This is the exact placement that this decal is supposed to be. And this decal was not easy to put on. We'll get to that in a second. So why is it not up in where the, well, when they drilled for the knob, they should have put the knob over here, but they put it here. So they're off about an inch and knob placement according to the original one. Other than that, the body specs are pretty much, I mean, identical. Super, super cool. So what's the hiccup I had? Replacing a decal should be easy, right? Wrong. Because when I peeled off the old decal, and I'm going to kind of, maybe I'll put a video above me showing it. When I peeled off the old decal that was on here, that they put on here, which was a kind of like a holographic decal, too much pinks in it. It was just overdone, and it wasn't the right size. That's why I went with this one, but I did do the gold. So when I peeled that off, I noticed underneath that they painted the N4 on, the outline of the N4 in black underneath the decal. So I peeled the decal off, and then, boom, there's the outline. So I had to sand the guitar quickly, and it came off quickly, luckily, and to put this one on. But this one is definitely on good, and it looks phenomenal, right? Isn't this a phenomenal guitar? Other differences you might not notice right away is your Stevens cutaway here, where it says it right here with the cutaway, and this is legit. I mean, they did this right. It's facing the wrong direction. It's facing me, and it should be facing the other way. It's upside down here. Pat number, everything's on it, but it's upside down. But this guitar came extremely well set up. I've never had a Floyd Rose system and a neck and everything so perfectly set up out of the box. This thing was set up out of the box. It was basically ready to tune up to a drop D tuning, and the tremolo is level. That's right, the tremolo is level on this one. The only thing I do not like about this is this whammy bar, and it's because it's a little loose. And this is I've been playing with this one because it's the one that comes with it, but it's a little loose. So I'm going to pick up a Floyd Rose special whammy bar. I don't know if I'm going to change this bridge. I have upgraded some parts on this bridge for my reasons, just because I like the stainless fine tuners, so I put stainless fine tuners in it. I did change the locking screws here in the back, and I did change the lock blocks on this. I haven't changed the tremolo block itself because it's a pretty good size one, and it holds really well. It's got decent springs. They don't make noise. The guitar doesn't have any unwanted feedback or noise or hum. It sounds amazing. The pot bleeds in and out, even though it's a cheap CF pot. It bleeds in and out very nicely. It's got a really good output, and it sounds the part as you heard from the introduction. This is a very cool guitar. And at $270, the design alone, could you imagine just if you saw this guitar bare bones, empty, with no name on it, just sitting on Reverb for sale, sitting there begging for you to put something in it and make it your own? $270 would be a bargain, right? Well, I got this guitar, everything on it, and a good locking nut, decent tuners. I say decent, they're doing the job. Of course, the locking nuts are doing the most of it. So will I upgrade parts? Well, I already have. Like I said, string tree, did some parts on the tremolo itself. I upgraded my strap buttons to the flat style strap buttons, the good ones. These are nickel. I did those. What else did I do? I can't remember. And the decal, of course. I kept the black switch. It was going to be white like the N4, but I decided to keep it black because we went 4N on it. No, it's not going to fool anybody if you know these guitars, but it is a pretty cool guitar to have hanging on the wall. So if I do upgrade anything, it's probably going to be this pickup. We'll put the legit pickup in it. Yes, it's pricey, but I think it's around $250, but we'll put that one in it. My fear is I put it in and it won't, believe it or not, won't sound as good as this pickup, because these pickups sound amazing. They're so articulate. Man, they're capable of reproducing all kinds of sounds. The frets on this didn't come dirty. They're polished. The fret job. I know a lot of you are talking, well, how was the frets on this, Mike? Fulton, how are the frets? The frets on this thing are outstanding. More outstanding than my Schecter was. More outstanding than my Gibson was. More outstanding than the Epiphone SG was. These are the most outstanding frets and neck I've ever seen. I would take this. This guitar is not going anywheres ever because this thing plays so good. It's one of those guitars. We have 2 of those guitars now, and they're both budget guitars that play and sound so good they can't go anywheres. And I say that, and I always sell off, even in the budget guitar realm, on the higher side of the budget, your $500-$600 guitars. I sell those things off because they don't play as good as some of the cheap ones. We have the Leo James back here, the Telecaster, which plays amazing. It sounds amazing, and I can't knock that guitar. If they made that guitar with a thin neck and a Floyd, I would keep it. But they don't. So I'm probably going to get rid of the hot pink sparkle Tele back here. But it sounds amazing. It's such a great sounding guitar. It does everything well, and it plays really well. It does. It really does. And I love playing it. But it's not this coolness. This coolness is if I hit it, if I bang it, it gets dirty. I don't care. It's that guitar that has that character. It is so cool. So yeah, there you have it. So the Washburn 4N now, it wasn't N4, 4N knockoff with some differences with the real one. But at the same time, what's the important part? This extraordinary neck and this cutaway right here is the important thing. This super thin neck and the sound, right? Am I wrong? Does it sound good? I'm not the best player in the world, but if I can make it sound halfway decent, trust me, you good players out there can make it rip, because I'm horrible. But man, I'm having fun. Thanks for watching Fulton Street Beats, guys. And if you could, please be so kind to hit that like button below, share, subscribe, especially hit that like button, comment, get those algorithms kicking so I can bring you more cool guitars. And we might get some more knockoffs in here just to see, just a mod, just to see what they are. I think China's coming a long ways in their knockoffs for sure, because this thing is first rate. All right, remember, it's rock and roll that makes the world do that thing. Peace out, guys.